And there's a push bunt to third. They go to second. They'll get the force. And Wade reaches on the fielder's choice. And there's a little talk in there between Holt and Austin. And the benches will empty.
Well, I'll tell you what, every once in a while on a cold night, when you're just sitting on the bench and you got to run out there, a little stiff. You got to get up and stretch before you go out there.
Now the guys from the bullpen do the obligatory jog in. And Marcus Timms keeping a hand on Austin.
Well, you see the replay. I mean, he did come across the bag, but this is what you're taught to do. You slide in hard, but you know, this day and age with the new ruling, kind of took offense to it. But you know, he actually did spike him in the back of the foot. But I mean, he actually slid over the bag. It's not like he went outside.
Ty Cobb style, spikes up.
Yeah, spikes up. Again, you know, you get the force play and get out of there, nothing happens. But you know, anytime that a middle infielder feels those spikes, you know, it gets your attention. And that's why I'm just, if I was an organization, I would have players, any base, go feet first. I mean, there's no fear when a guy goes head first of being spiked.
Austin was that base runner at second base. Looked like he got a piece of Brock Holt. The bench is cleared after that. And that's why he gets drilled here, and he slams the bat. Now he's making a move, and here he comes on the run. And now fisticuffs as Kelly's being tackled and punches being thrown. The dugout's emptying. Here come the bullpens again. And this time it's for real. Unlike the last time. Punches and tackles, and we're going to see some ejections after this one. And the Red Sox and Yankees are at it again. Austin getting drilled, and Kelly just about undressed.
Well, very clear that was in response to the slide at second base by Austin earlier in the game, and this is for real.
He has to be pulled away.
I think Kelly tried to get him 2 pitches earlier. He missed them, and then he got him this time. So everybody hovering around the Red Sox dugout right now, they're getting Austin away from all the action. Kelly's got his shirt ripped.
Yep, and bleeding up there around the neck. Saw some blood on the lip of Austin as well. Brock Holt, the guy, certainly looked like he got spiked. We thought the umpires missed a pretty obvious call.
Yeah, and then the one that got him right in the back, and that one's convinced that was intentional. Slams the bat down and heads out to Kelly, throws the helmet down, and Kelly gets a couple of licks in, but then everybody starts to pile on Kelly. It looked like a rugby match. Kelly said, "Let's go."
Yeah, Joe said, "Come on."
He actually got him down on the ground, but then we just kind of lose sight of everybody. This is what Austin is looking at and Kelly's looking at. Kelly says, "Okay, come on." So he came. Kelly sideswiped him, got a little punch in, then he got back up and he got taken down. But I wouldn't be surprised they're both out of the ball game right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a long season between these two ball clubs.
I felt like my slide into second base was a clean slide, and I play the game hard. So, but yeah, I thought there was absolutely nothing wrong with that slide, and I had no thought that they were going to throw at me. I felt like that it was intentional, and I didn't want to let anybody push myself around or do anything like that, and that's why I went out there.
I thought it was hard slide into second, nothing remotely dirty about it. And, you know, so, and then to take matters into your own hands and go hit one of our guys for that, I thought was an overreaction. And, you know, didn't think it was right.
Stuff happens when you have, you know, obviously real competitive athletes, and they get a lot locked in. Sometimes it's warranted, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's you react to something, sometimes you overreact to something. But, you know, it is, you know, it's not. This is the second one today. You know, it made me wonder, too, if they were watching in their clubhouse the Padre-Rocky brawl, and it, like, planted the seed for them and led them to think that that's what they should do. I don't know.
You feel like Tyler's reaction to go out to the mound was appropriate?
Yep.
What?
If I drill you right now in the side, and I'm your thighs, are you gonna just sit there, or are you gonna go, you know, defend yourself?
Yeah, I wanted to go out there and try to calm the situation, help, you know, calm the situation, and try to hold some people and just, you know, deflate the whole fight there.
I don't blame him at all. I mean, in no way did I think it was a dirty slide, if you want to go with. But I know one thing: I'm going to wear less layers tomorrow because, geez, I look fat in all those. My sweatshirt underneath my jersey.
I don't think it was intentional. You know, I think he was going in hard. You know, it was a bunt. I'm not going to turn a double play on that play, especially with Wade running. So we're trying to get the lead out. You know, I think he was just going in hard, but you know he went in hard a little late and with the spikes up. So you know it happened, and you know we'll move on.
Austin, a lot of power to the right side, right field. You know, the whole game plan is, you know, sliders in the dirt and sliders down, and, you know, pitch them in. I threw a pitch inside and hit him, and it's one of those that get away.
So did you get punched or anything, or anything happened to you? Or?
I'm a little sore. I don't know what happened, but it is what it is.
He overslid it, and the spikes were up. Different rules now compared to back in the day. Holt took exception. I haven't seen the replay. I talk about it on TV, but from where I was, you know, he overslid it, and you know, I didn't know. I challenged the play, and then they told me that that's not a play you can challenge. But we saw the replay up there, and he overslid the bag, and the spikes were up. If you look at the game, you know, we would try to go in with Hembry inside with him, and in that sequence, we threw a slider, fastball in, slider again, fastball in. You know, the kid charged him out. He has his reason, but if you take a look at the game, you know, we're coming back, and we were short in pitching. So I don't know. You just got to pay attention to the game, and you judge by yourself.
As soon as you see Judge or Stanton come in there, you know, I think they were one of the first two in the first scuffle, and you know, I start backing up at that point. So no, it's fun. We're playing hard. They're playing hard, and you know, it's just part of it.
You use your brain then, in other words.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get involved with any of those guys. You know, I mean, not just those two. They got a pretty big team over there. So. You know, it happened, and typical Red Sox Yankee game, about 4 hours long, and a couple bench clearing brawls. So you know, we're right on track here.
Red Sox Yankees, you know, that's what everybody wants. That's what they got.
I got a couple thoughts on this. One, when I first saw the play, I'm like, have some court awareness. All right, Tyler Austin, this is not a double play ball. What are you taking him out for? That was my first thought. Then I went back and looked at the video. It's going to be interesting what I end up saying at the end of the day. Let's go through this, though. We'll go to the videotape, be able to break this down and look at it. So as Tyler Austin is on first base, the bunt's dropped. Right here, you're thinking, cheap slide, right? Because the guy's not clearing, and I get the upsetness from the guy receiving the throw.
Brock Holt,
because he's saying, look, you clipped me. Now, I think a couple things are going on. One, Brock's got to hold his bag because of the new slide rule and replay. So he's got to stay there. And he's lulled in sleep thinking nobody's ever going to hit you. That is not, in my day, that big of a slide. It is today. But I want to show you from his angle. Here's Austin running. Right here he says, oh, okay, it's a bunt. All right, and watch this. Here's what I'm thinking as a runner. Okay, now they're going to second. I got to break up a double play. Look where his head's at. Look at where the fielder is. He's in a position to turn a pivot. So he's taking 3 steps now, and as he goes into his slide, he's still thinking double play. He doesn't see the stretch. By now, a stretch is too late. That's what we're all getting upset about.
He's already committed to his slide.
He's committed to taking him out because he thinks it's a double play pivot, not a first baseman straddle. So I can see where Tyler Austin got a little bit caught in between.
Okay, but to Pedro's point, it's the technique of making sure your foot is down when you do the exact same thing. You can do the same. You can still make contact with Holt.
But if I'm trying to take him out on a double play slide, I'm trying to clip him.
But Harold,
so
you and I know that if I'm going to take you out this way, my way to take you out would be this way. To hit you right down here on this foot. Not with my cleat up. And you know that. That's the way we were taught back in those days. I don't know about these days, but in my days will be you take him out and you hit him this way, not with the cleat up. If you throw the cleat up, that's a sign that you want to fight.
No, that's true. Anytime I got a cleat, I was ready to fight. Look, I'm not saying I still believe there had to be some court awareness. Look, when a guy's fielding the ball like this, he's surrendering. All right, but I'm saying he surrendered too late.
He did.
By the time Tyler Austin realized
your tape in that angle
it's too late.
From what he was looking at, he was already thinking as he took off to slide, this could be a double play.
Now, here's the other thing, to Pedro's point, and here's why I think he got hit and he probably needed to get hit, okay? I don't have a problem with them hitting him. I didn't like the sequence in which they did. You got to know your opponent as well. You know, this is a very similar slide to Manny Machado. It was the biggest news last season. There's no way you're a baseball player without knowing the Red Sox went through a similar situation with Manny Machado at second base with Pedroia. Machado's slide is different. Machado's slide is different, and Pedroia gets slide. But the whole thing was, they threw at him how many times?
It was never-ending.
They threw at him for 2 weeks. So
that was bad execution, Harold, when it came to throwing the pitch. What Joe Kelly did today was perfect.
Totally. But my point, Pedro, is if I'm playing against Pedro Martinez, all right, and one of my guys did that slide, we're getting hit. I know he's going to hit somebody eventually. So I'm going to the plate anticipating. If I get hit, I get hit. You know, and that's kind of the way it was with what happens. And so,
Harold, there's something that you have to remember. You have your #1 second baseman right now on the bench with a knee operation over a slide. You're sensitive already about that kind of slide.
Yes.
And then I don't think that they did a good job about hitting Machado. That should have been done right after 1 or 2 pitches, and nothing would be said about what went on.
Yeah.
The fact that they did not execute like Kelly did today, they probably chose Kelly today to do that just so that they ran away from making the same mistake they made with Machado. Because if I was to hit Austin today, I would have hit him the very next at bat after the bench
with Hembry
incident.
But doesn't Joe Kelly have the best fastball on the team?
Yeah, he does. But Hembry is also right up there with him. 98, 97. I mean, anything above 90 will be good.
But to Pedro's point, it's not – the velocity hurts, no doubt about it. But the execution was perfect.
It's perfect.
You don't want a guy throwing up here. You don't want a guy hitting you in your knee.